European car buyers are known for being cautious and well-informed. They've lived through scandals, recalls, and engines that failed long before their time, sometimes costing more than a down payment on a house. Yet in 2025, there are 11 models so notoriously unreliable that even bargain hunters stay away. One of them left over 80% of owners facing expensive repairs before 80,000 kilometers. If you're planning to buy a car this year, knowing these names could save you from a costly mistake. At number 11 is the Renault Kadjar. On paper, it looks like a solid choice. Bold SUV styling, modern tech, and a starting price around 36,000 euros. But dig beneath the surface and the problems start fast. The 2019 to 2021 models are the worst offenders. Reports from ADAC highlight frequent gearbox failures, especially in dual-clutch automatic versions. Owners describe sudden loss of power, grinding noises, and full transmission breakdowns occurring as early as 40,000 kilometers, with replacements costing roughly 4,200 euros. Electrical issues are another headache. Infotainment systems freeze, navigation shuts down, and in many cases the entire unit must be replaced. Since 2020, French consumer groups have logged more than 800 complaints. Fuel economy disappoints too. Real-world tests show 6.8 liters per 100 kilometers, far worse than Renault's claims. Combine that with steep depreciation, the Kadjar loses 45% of its value in just 3 years, and it turns from a stylish family SUV into a financial trap. At number 10 is the Mercedes-Benz GLA. With the starting price near 42,000 euros, climbing past 70,000 euros for AMG trims, buyers expect solid German engineering. Instead, they get one of the most frequently recalled luxury SUVs in recent years. The 2020 to 2024 models faced serious issues: faulty airbags that may not deploy, electrical shorts, and brake assist malfunctions that risk driver safety. According to Euro NCAP's post-market data, nearly 18% of owners reported safety-critical failures within the first 2 years. Fuel efficiency adds more frustration: 7.2 liters per 100 kilometers combined, worse than larger SUVs from a decade ago. Competitors like the BMW X1 and Audi Q3 deliver better economy, more space, and higher owner satisfaction. Surveys consistently rank the GLA in the bottom quarter of its class. As one owner put it, beautiful to look at, expensive to own, frustrating to live with. For many, it's proof that Mercedes luxury doesn't always equal reliability. Number 9 goes to the Volvo XC60, a model that should represent Scandinavian quality and safety, but the 2024 version has disappointed many loyal fans. Priced around 49,000 euros, it has suffered 3 major recalls in 1 year. The most serious involve engine stalling that happens without warning, gearbox malfunctions leaving drivers stranded, and driver assist errors, where lane-keeping systems steer the car toward barriers instead of away from them. Even the infotainment system has proven unreliable. ADAC's long-term testing found that 31% of XC60s suffered complete system failures, requiring replacement units costing around 3,200 euros. Fuel efficiency averages 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers, acceptable but disappointing for a car at this price point. Volvo once built its name on trust and dependability, but for many 2024 owners, that reputation is fading fast. When a safe choice turns unpredictable, even devoted fans begin to lose faith. At number 8 is the Peugeot 308. Stylish, futuristic, and priced between 38,500 and 47,900 euros, it initially impresses with its sharp design and high-tech cockpit. But beneath that modern surface lies a series of serious mechanical problems. The biggest culprit is the 1.2 PureTech engine, notorious for timing chain failures that can destroy the engine well before 50,000 kilometers. Even when repairs are covered under warranty, many owners report waiting months for replacement parts. The diesel models bring their own troubles. AdBlue injection failures costing over 4,200 euros to repair, appearing in about 23% of vehicles before 65,000 kilometers. In March 2024, a Europe-wide recall exposed faulty suspension components that could cause total steering loss. Even after fixes, owners still hear knocking sounds within 6 months. With resale values dropping to 41% after 3 years, the Peugeot 308 turns from futuristic to financially fragile, a sleek design hiding serious risks. At number 7 is the Dacia Duster. With a starting price of just €19,900, it looks like one of Europe's biggest bargains. But as many owners have learned, low price often means high risk. The 2018 to 2020 models suffer from serious gearbox failures, especially in manual versions where synchronizers wear out before 60,000 kilometers, causing grinding and hard shifts. Automatic variants fare even worse, with complete failures reported before 50,000 kilometers. The 1.3 TCE engine, shared with Renault, adds another headache: excessive oil consumption, timing chain problems, and even full engine seizures. Safety is another weak point. While newer versions have improved slightly, basic models still come with minimal safety features, forcing buyers to pay extra for what competitors offer as standard. Owners also report poor build quality, rattling plastics, loose trim, and chipping paint within the first year. Cheap up front, costly in the long run, the Duster shows why some deals truly are too good to be true. At number 6 is the Jaguar F-Pace. With prices starting at €55,900 and stretching to €75,000 for higher trims, it promises elegance, power, and prestige. But ownership often tells a different story. Electrical faults dominate complaints, particularly infotainment failures that require expensive replacements. Even more worrying are mechanical issues that appear early in the car's life. Many 2023 owners report excessive oil consumption, sometimes needing a liter every 2,000 kilometers. Fuel pump breakdowns have triggered multiple recalls, and a brake system defect raised serious safety concerns after reports of sudden loss of braking power. Reliability data from 2024 ranked Jaguar 29th out of 32 manufacturers, far below rivals like BMW and Audi. The F-Pace itself placed in the bottom third among luxury SUVs. As one owner summed up, it drives beautifully when it's not in the workshop. For many, that line defines Jaguar ownership today. At number 5 is the Volkswagen Jetta. Priced from €28,500, it appears to be a sensible, well-built sedan from the VW Group, but the reliability record tells a different story. The 2019 to 2021 models are plagued with DSG dual-clutch transmission problems, including jerky shifts, sudden loss of drive, and total gearbox failures. Older generations have their own share of issues. The 2006 Jetta suffered from engine misfires and electrical faults, while the 2003 version had recurring power window and ignition coil failures. This pattern of problems has persisted for nearly 2 decades, leading many to question VW's quality control. Though fuel efficiency sits around 5.8 liters per 100 kilometers, it's little comfort when facing repair bills that can exceed the car's value. Recalls for fuel line defects and airbag malfunctions have done little to rebuild trust. Once a symbol of German dependability, the Jetta now represents how brand reputation can outlast actual reliability. At number 4 is the Land Rover Range Rover Sport, one of the most luxurious and also one of the most unreliable SUVs in Europe. Starting at around £79,990, €93,000, and reaching well over £130,000, its repair history is as heavy as its price tag. Owners frequently report air suspension failures, sometimes costing thousands per axle to replace. The electronics are equally troublesome. Infotainment freezes, navigation errors, and climate control malfunctions are common across multiple generations. The worst years were 2006 to 2008 and 2013, marked by recurring engine, gearbox, and electrical breakdowns that made maintenance costs skyrocket. Even recent models continue to struggle. Reliability surveys still place Land Rover near the bottom among premium brands. And while the Range Rover can be genuinely impressive when everything works, that's the key issue. It rarely does for long. For many, this SUV is less a statement of luxury and more a lesson in regret. In third place is the Fiat 500L. Starting at €26,500, this compact MPV once attracted buyers with its quirky design and roomy interior, but behind the charm lies a long list of mechanical failures. The 2014 to 2017 models are especially problematic, suffering from gearbox breakdowns that cause violent shuddering, loss of drive, or complete transmission failure. Drivers also report engine stalling in traffic, sometimes without warning, a terrifying issue for city commuters. Safety recalls have covered airbag defects, fuel leaks, and suspension faults, but the damage to the model's reputation was already done. Depreciation is brutal. Many owners saw values drop by 50% within 3 years. Production officially ended in 2021, and spare parts are now harder to find, making maintenance even costlier. What started as Fiat's family-friendly experiment has become a cautionary tale, proof that style and practicality mean little without reliability. At number 2 is the Seat Leon. Priced between €23,990 and €38,750, it should have been a reliable, affordable hatchback from the Volkswagen Group. Instead, it became a symbol of repeated mechanical and safety issues. The most notorious fault is the dual-mass flywheel, known for clutch failures, gear jamming, and unpredictable shuddering during shifts. The 1.6 TDI diesel engine adds more problems, especially with the diesel particulate filter that requires regeneration every 500 kilometers in city driving. If interrupted, repairs can cost over €1,800. From 2013 to 2017, more than 140,000 units were recalled across Europe for Takata airbag inflators that could explode during deployment, resulting in 14 injuries. Infotainment systems are another headache. Screens freeze, navigation crashes, and replacement parts take weeks. Once seen as VW's smart, sporty alternative, the Seat Leon has instead earned a reputation for unreliability hidden beneath sharp design. Taking the number 1 spot is the Alfa Romeo Giulietta, a car that perfectly captures Italy's mix of beauty and frustration. Priced from €31,000, it promises style and driving passion, but often delivers repair bills and disappointment. The 1.4-liter multi-air engines are notoriously fragile, with turbocharger failures frequently occurring before 60,000 kilometers. The TCT semi-automatic gearbox is equally troublesome, known for jerky shifts and total failures that can cost over €3,000 to fix. Electrical issues are widespread, from engine management faults to sensor and wiring failures that trigger constant warning lights. Safety recalls have targeted brake caliper cracks and fuel leaks, both carrying serious risks. Customer service adds to the pain with long waits for parts and inconsistent communication. Average maintenance costs reach nearly €4,800 in the first 5 years, and since the Giulietta was discontinued, parts availability continues to shrink, turning ownership into an expensive struggle. These 11 cars represent Europe's most consistent automotive disappointments, models that look tempting at first but hide costly engineering flaws. From Renault's gearbox failures to Alfa Romeo's electrical chaos, each proves that style and marketing can't cover up weak reliability. Data from which ADAC and Euro NCAP show the same pattern. Cars with strong branding but fragile mechanics, high depreciation, and owners left with endless repair bills. Whether it's Peugeot's timing chains, Land Rover's suspension, or Seat's airbags, the message is clear. Reputation means nothing without long-term dependability. Before signing any purchase contract, always check recall histories, review independent reliability reports, and read real owner experiences. Because once you drive one of these cars off the lot, you could be stuck with years of expensive repairs and constant frustration. Smart European buyers avoid these cars for a reason. Now you know exactly why.